The first time I got the basketball bug, I remember we were watching, it was Olympia High School, used to have a really good program. And my parents were very involved. We'd go to every single game, we'd sit right behind the bench. And just what those guys were able to do for me as a kid, like give me somebody to look up to. I worshiped these guys, and they were only high school basketball players. So I guess that's always stuck with me, and that's always been an important thing for me to express to my players is people will look up to you. My name is Pasquariello. I'm the women's basketball coach at Portland Community College. Part of my coaching style is that I played for extremely difficult coaches, putting it nicely. And I kind of got the love of basketball beat out of me. And I started to kind of realize that improvement isn't going to happen by beating down players. It's not going to happen by just being that dictator type guy. I've seen teams just break apart at the seams because of that. So I'm trying to take the negatives that I learned, not necessarily the positives, and turn it into my own thing. I think that what makes basketball really special is that you can create adversity. And so you can, everything could be going fine, but I throw a wrinkle into the drill and the girls go crazy because they're like, well, that's a 6-on-5, this isn't fair. But you bring it back to life where it's like, you know what, life's gonna get you down sometimes. You can't let it get you down. You have to keep going and you have to find a way to figure it out and go on from there. It involves so much communication, which is important. It involves you trusting your teammates, which is huge. It involves coming together and being on the same page without even knowing you're on the same page. Playing at the community college level, playing at Portland Community College. These girls have to do things that is almost unreasonable to ask. Not only do they have to take 12 credits, pass with a 2.5, they have to pay for their bus ride in, they have to spend 2 hours a day in practice, another extra hour for conditioning. We have extra tutoring and that type of thing. So these girls, their whole life is basically adversity. And so the best thing I think I can do for them is create more of it in the gym and really get their backs against the wall so they understand what they have and what they're capable of doing, so that when a real life situation comes up, they can maybe draw back on the experience they had in a gym, which may sound kind of ridiculous, but it's just such, they get so passionate, and they're so passionate already, that you can create these high pressure situations that really will lead to making better decisions in life. When adversity hits, you really see who can stick it out and tough it out and puts their head down, and who wants to quit and who wants to fall away. If you can turn the worst player into the hardest worker and into somebody that's doing something, the rest of the team will follow. I would give up the 12 best players for 12 players that are going to create the best culture. Because I've seen that when times do get hard, that's what you fall back on. You fall back on your belief system. You fall back on who you really are. We're trying to change the way the league functions. And the way the league functions is coaches create a team and hope the individual gets better. What I want to do is I want to make every individual better collectively so that the team becomes better. And that way, what our goal really is to send as many girls from this program to a 4-year school to get a 4-year education and continue their dream of playing. I do not want PCC to be the ultimate for them. I want this to be the best springboard for girls to go play somewhere. I think there can be teaching moments and things that aren't basketball. It's very rarely where you see a team that's as happy as they're going to be at the end of the year. It's usually, first couple months, then you have the games, then that long season really hits you. And so I think just keeping it fresh, throwing surprises at them are huge, and I really enjoy that. I think we have a community that has a bad rap. Getting people to games and getting people out in this area and seeing that it is a fun little community. The most important thing that you're going to feel, and the thing that's most important to me, is energy. It's a feel. You can't put your finger on it, but you can tell if there's energy in the gym. And that's been the #1 recruiting pitch to all these girls. I can promise you this. You're going to come into the gym, it's going to be a good atmosphere, and there's going to be high energy. Our big thing is family, and it's all in.